Imagine that you have a large drive, like this 16 terabyte Seagate Exos, and very limited time. How to get only relevant evidence data and not waste any minute? It's when logical imaging comes in handy. It saves valuable time by focusing on acquisition of specific files rather than of an entire source. All selected files will be stored in the forensic LO1 image with hashes included. In Atola TaskForce, you can perform logical imaging on all popular device types, including SATA, SAS, USB, IDE, and NVMe on M2 extension module, but also on image files and RAID arrays. Let's select our large drive as a source device. It has 4 partitions in it. We can browse through each of them and select only the ones we need. Logical Imaging module in Atola TaskForce has powerful and flexible filtering settings. If you choose all files, you image basically all the files you can find on the drive. Or you can choose custom filters to include or exclude only certain types of files and folders. You don't have to come up with the file extensions or names, it's already built in. Here, we want to include only audio, pictures, video, and security keys. Also, we can specify file size, say, only files from 100 kilobytes. If investigators know when the crimes were being committed, they can also select the time span within which the files were modified, accessed, or created. For example, we want to image all the files accessed during the last year. Let's apply these settings. We can include or exclude not only files, but also folders. Here, we enter the folder path manually or just select a predefined folders group, like user folders. Now, let's exclude some folders from our selection. For example, we don't need operating system folders. On top of that, we can include or exclude files and folders manually by clicking on their icons. 1 click includes, 2 clicks exclude file or folder. Once we're happy with our filters, we can check how they actually work and maybe adjust them before starting the imaging process. On the Filters pane, click Check, and TaskForce will find all the files that fall into the selection you've made. Here we see the number and size of matched files and can estimate the possible outcome. We can also save this file list for later by clicking Download. You can also save this filter settings for subsequent imaging sessions, export settings as a JSON file, and import it on another TaskForce unit. All filters set, so we can continue. Let's create a logical image file. It will be an LO1 file that you can store either in your local network or on the target drive. Alternatively, if your internal rules allow, you can use zip archive as target. Select the hash type you want, whenever you want to compress it to save space or not. Enter any other detail that you need. And then click Create. And here it starts imaging. TaskForce has already scanned hundreds of files and imaged just some of them that fall into the selection you've made. You can even check your filter settings while imaging by clicking View Filters. This window reminds you what's included and what's excluded from the selection. As with physical imaging, TaskForce lets you pause the logical imaging process. To resume imaging, just click Go to Logical and then Resume. Once logical imaging is completed, TaskForce shows a report that gives all the details of the drive, of the target, the stats, what have been imaged. And if you want to see the specific selection that you've made, this will be documented in the Logical Imaging Started report. It is available in the Reports menu. Here you see all the file extensions and all the folders that were included or excluded for this imaging session. And of course, logical imaging works for RAIDs as well, which TaskForce can assemble even if one of the RAID drives is missing. That's it. We hope that this feature will help you to save a great deal of time and effort.